Okay, so this is the key for those geology notes that you worked on. I hope the pages I linked were helpful. I have looked over your notes and I just returned them. They were a credit for trying them, seeing how close you are to what the my key looks like. The geologic timescale divides Earth's history into intervals, into breaks. 4.6 billion years, the amount of time that that geologic timescale is breaking apart. So they've done it in several sections. An eon is the largest division of time. An era is the second largest, then a period, third, and an epoch is the fourth largest. Uniformitarianism. Okay, this is one theory about how the Earth's surface has changed over time. Present is the key to the past is the catchphrase that goes along with that. It's that the same processes have happened throughout history. They are slow, they are gradual. It's things like erosion and weathering and deposition. If you don't know what that term means, it was a vocab term at some point. And I'll go in and before you guys get this and clean that up so that it's in line. So it's all those very slow processes. Well, when scientists first started researching geology, when that was like the thing to do, uniformitarianism was put out there as an idea, and it made sense. But then other scientists kind of scoffed at the idea and said, well, the Earth is not old enough for these things to happen. Look at the Grand Canyon. Look at these mountain ranges that have happened. Uplift is another slow process. It's when two sets of rocks, so like tectonic plates, which we'll talk about next, when they are pushing against each other, they're slowly uplifting mountain ranges. The Mount Everest is uplifting as we speak. It's getting taller, but it's also eroding away. So it's a slow process that kind of equalize each other. So those scientists that kind of scoffed at the idea of uniformitarianism believed in this idea of catastrophism, that geologic change happens suddenly through catastrophic events. That would be things like volcanic eruptions or earthquakes or meteor strikes, anything that is violent and sudden and unpredictable. Those would go under the idea of catastrophism. Check my spelling there. So these two theories were conflicting for a long time until, as you read, scientists then kind of got a better idea of what our Earth's history was like, and they came to this idea of a happy medium. Then both things have changed our Earth's surface. Slow processes and quick processes. That's what you need to link into your project. What is happening during your time period as far as the Earth's surface and even biological events, mass extinctions? Are those examples of uniformitarianism or catastrophism? Now, not all mass extinctions are catastrophic events. Some of them happen slowly. That kind of leads into this constructive and destructive processes. Constructive builds up landforms and features. Uplift, volcanic magma cooling, deposition, those are constructive forces. Now, they don't always have to be uniformitarianism or catastrophism. You have to look at the situation and what happened. Uplift would be uniformitarianism. It's slow. To build a mountain, it takes a long time. Volcanic magma cooling, well, that just depends. Was it from a violent catastrophic eruption or was it from a slow magma flow, lava flow? Deposition is usually a uniformitarianism. Now, you could have some quick deposition from something like a tsunami event. It just depends on the situation. Same thing with destructive forces. They break down landforms and features. Things like weathering. Well, that would be uniformitarianism. Weathering takes a long time. Even with something like a hurricane or a tornado, I mean, I guess that would speed it up a little bit. You might be able to classify those as catastrophism depending on how much weathering occurs. Earthquakes would be destructive. Volcanic eruptions are destructive, but they can also be constructive. So many of the things, one of the things I'm going to ask you to start doing is to justify how something is both constructive and destructive. For example, a volcanic eruption. Yeah, it breaks apart rock. It can create earthquakes. But that magma also cools and builds new rock. And when it burns away, when the lava flow burns away forests, that does create clearing and allows new land life forms to grow, new plant life to grow, and it makes the soil really rich. So there is certainly places where you could justify both constructive and destructive happening. Okay, so those are your notes. We are going to have a meeting today, so I hope you watch this video before our meeting. If not, that's all right, but you do need to watch the video because these are important pieces of information. All right, see you later.